Good morning, Libra. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. Libra, this is going to be your January 2025 read. I apologize, it's coming out mid-month, but hey, we still got some time to go, so we'll see what's going on in the ethers for you until the end of the month. Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus cross watcher, if that is you, welcome to the channel as well. Discern the messages accordingly. Thank you to everybody who has liked, shared, subscribed, and commented. Those of you that have booked personal reads, made donations to the channel members as well. Thank you all so very much. Channel memberships are open and available, and readings, personal reads are also open and available, and that information can be found in the description box below. With that, Libra, let's jump right on in here to you for the month of January. Pisces and Virgo have left your sign. They've left you and Aries behind and have moved into, or the North and the South Node, I should say, have left and gone into Pisces and Virgo. So we'll see how this is playing an impact on you, throughout the next 18 months, right, as these reads come out. So, all right, Libra, let's see what's happening here for you. Something about the letter S. I don't know. I'm hearing Sam, so I don't know what. It may be very specific, obviously very specific for somebody out there, so I don't know what that's about. Sail on? I don't know. It's an interesting way that Spirit's starting this reading, Libra. It's very, I say cryptic, and here we go. Scorpio. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. There's another S. Investigation, fourth house, house and home. Let's see. That's also Cancerian energy. With the fourth house, ruled by the moon. So this Gemini full moon, or I keep wanting to call it the Gemini full moon. I don't know where the hell that's coming from. Could be dealing with the Gemini. I would say go back to Gemini season last year. Gemini season this year could be very important as well. Gemini Scorpio energy on the table. There's eighth house. There it is again for Scorpio. Foundations 6, 8, and 6. To bring it out to a 14 for me numerically, which is also 5. So something here, Libra, is getting ready to change and shift, but it's kind of, I feel like this is happening behind the scenes. There's a window to a new world that awaits that is going to, Spirit's calling it an improvising change. So I don't know what that means. There's a whole lot of this investigate in this mystery of Scorpio energy. I don't feel like this is necessarily death and rebirth, as much as if you're familiar with Scorpios, they dig deep, they want to know more, they're very curious in nature. Libra, this could be you, this could be somebody that you're dealing with. But the thing of it is, what I'm hearing is the glass isn't clear. It gives me the connotation of, people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. It's also kind of like, one side shouldn't muck up the other when we all have issues, right? We all have things going on, like no judgment required here. It feels like things aren't nearly as pristine as may have been alluded to or told about in some capacity. This is also some past energy that is getting ready to, I think this is the ending of a very karmic cycle, honestly, with this investigation, because there's a knowledge in that, right? There's the need to know more information about a situation as well. So we'll see what else comes out with this energy. It's to the core of the information provided by those around. So there's something around, you could be dealing with a situation, Libra, here that more information is needed. Nurture 29 is an 11. That is an angel number as well. The 11th house community. Libra, I want to say that it's been in your reads and not specifically just you alone, and I can't remember who else it was because it's been a little while back. This mystery about what's going on behind the scenes, like what we're nurturing, what we're trying to show up as, what we reap is what we sow. I'm not going to fib here, Libra, right? I'm not here to sugarcoat things for you. I'm here to help you. So discern this, again, accordingly. But the thing that I'm seeing this nurture card a little differently is, like, you see as it's like a harvest, if you will, reaping what you sow, having that, I think it's called a sheath, is it a sheath? To cultivate, or not cultivate, but to reap, 444 on the clock, Libra, reap what you've sown. I don't know how else to say that. You would need it to cut down the flowers in a wildflower field. But it's also giving me this idea of daggers. So whether daggers is a stare, like someone's giving you the daggers, Again, everything is not as pristine. Those flowers look absolutely beautiful, right? They've got a rainbow around them. The moon is in the center of those flowers as well. But the thing of it is like you could touch those flowers, and flower petals, the way I'm seeing this, they're soft, they're loving, they're just comforting of some sort. But there's that sheath, and if you don't see that sheath with that prickly point, you're going to get stabbed, right? So there's something about that energy. I'm not quite sure how that fits in. We're going to clarify, but you know, it's kind of like, what are you dealing with? Is there something you don't know? Is there something you need to be aware of? You know, it's kind of questionable. Like, it could look good on paper, but it's not in person. You know, it's something to that effect. Like, so we'll see here. Because, you know, in 2, they're pointing out the ribbons. I've never seen this card. I've had this deck for a couple of months now. I love it. I've not seen this nurture card this way. The ribbons on this card, like if you were to take it and you would pull the string, this whole bunch could become unraveled and everything would just fall separate. It wouldn't be together anymore. To me, this also gives me a feeling of like kind of like a fast and loose sort of energy. Because you think about it, one wrong pull, one wrong move would undo the whole thing. So, you know, I don't know, Libra, what is happening? This is a pretty detailed, these cards, I usually get some detail from them, but not to that extent with one specific card, and Spirit saying leaving them out to dry. Libra, you could be dealing with somebody that is, you know, you're leaving out to dry, or vice versa. This conjunction alliance card comes out sideways and think. So this is the need to think before we act, speak, say, do things. Do you have others, or are you trying to work with others to bring something together here? Another 6 on the table, and then a 3. I'm trying to find the best way to put this. Somebody with that 3, I do feel like that's a collaborative effort when we talk about thinking, to try to work with another person, right? Thinking about how this could potentially work out in the long run. As I say that, 3 cards back is Aquarius, the card of collaboration in this particular deck. And then activate, solar flare. So I think that somebody is trying to take a very, I'm going to call this methodical yet optimistic approach to making some sort of change in a third-party dynamic. And those third parties have been very heavy, that past energy, whatever this is, but this is also something that is absolutely, Spirit, without hesitation, coming to a close, like it or not. Something needs to be done differently here. It's a requirement under the divine and their order, divine order. Okay, so if you've found yourself resisting change, you may be very much put in a position, Libra, where you don't have the opportunity to resist it anymore. You know, call it a tower moment if you want to. That, you know, the universe will give us so many chances. There, you know, those cards just fell. So let's do this. The universe is going to give you so many chances to make some changes, and once you don't, then guess what? You're going to have a tower moment. So discern that information accordingly. Again, where does it fit for you? Now, the Strength and the Warrior card, right? Standing firm in our boundaries, our defenses, whatever you want to call it. Waging the war, if you will, with that Warrior card. When the cards fell, this Deceit card ended up being the thing that was on the split. So, Spirit's talking about the best of intentions. Like, we're like, are you or whoever or whatever you're dealing with working from a place of the best of intentions? Is there something, again, kind of poking in here from the back, that axe, that sheath, whatever you want to call it, in the back it looks good, sounds good, might appear to be, you know, well intended, but is it? So you got some shit going on, Libra. Surprise, surprise. What is this conjunction about, Spirit? Denial. Again, it's to me the way it came out, and it landed on that thinking card. There's somebody here, I'm going to take it on that one, that is denying the truth. I flipped the deck over. There's some honesty. Somebody's trying to avoid responsibility or taking accountability for their part or actions in something specifically. Again, the idea that it can no longer be avoided. So what is this conjunction? Individuality. It's like I'll go my way, you go your way. And it's, you know, when you think about, I'm going to say anything in general, Libra, where you're required to work with somebody else, or, you know, what you do affects them or vice versa. There's going to be some level of compromise to a situation to where everybody's needs are getting met. And as we move through 2025, it's very much about unity, like how we can forgive, move on. It doesn't mean we have to continue to deal with certain people. For some of us, maybe we do, right? Contractual agreements or whatnot. But this is also talking about somebody who is kind of like doing it on their own or wanting to do it on their terms. It's my way, right? My way or the highway kind of thinking. But that, with this 13, is coming to a close. There needs to be understanding underneath that with fragment. There needs to be understanding of where both sides of a situation are coming from in order to find harmony in the situation. I think for some of you, before even clarifying, for some of you who are willing to like lean into the self and go, look, like, why am I doing what I'm doing? Why am I fighting for what I'm fighting for? And start to get understanding and being comfortable with acknowledging the self and whatever is at hand. There can be, I don't know that I'd call it promising, but it brings peace or resolution to a situation. For others who may not be wanting to lean into asking those tough questions to themselves and acknowledging their part in something, that's going to cause more resistance, and with more resistance comes those tower moments, right? We know this. So just a little heads up on that one. Switch decks, Spirit saying. Okay. All right, Libra, let's do some clarifying here and see what else. This Scorpio investigation in the 4th house, you know, I'm going to take this a bit literal. Somebody could be looking into home endeavors. I'm going to say keeping an eye. This gives me, I'm going to be honest, like there's a part of this that makes it feel kind of creepy to me. That somebody could be keeping tabs on somebody, looking in their windows. Like, I'm not trying to make anybody fucking paranoid here, but I'm going to call it for what I see it as. And obviously that's not going to be for everybody a very specific message. So if you are dealing with somebody who has really been about keeping tabs on you, like they want to know more. They want to know what's going on behind your 4 walls. They want to know what you're doing online. They want to know where you're going, who you're with. Like it's a very controlling sense of energy that comes in with that whole aspect. So I would be mindful of the information that you're sharing with others if you have a concern for your well-being. And again, I'm not trying to freak anybody out, but it's just, again, using common sense, right? Not everything is shareable or needs to be shared. But you have somebody here who is wanting to know more. Spirit's using the word authorities as well. So somebody could be investigating something, you know, literally digging for more information, wanting to know more about a particular situation. The Fool here, it's like somebody here is having a new start, Libra. So whether this is you, again, and or someone else, where they're just kind of like, Spirit's calling it open and abound for new things, new horizons. And for somebody here, Spirit is also saying it's like it doesn't make sense. Something here isn't making sense. Maybe for you, Libra, you're looking at this and go, yeah, 7 of Wands, 8 of Wands. Somebody here not being able to make sense of what's going on, because again, it's like something is, I don't know that I'd call it clouded, but the way I'm seeing this 4th home or 4th house card, home, is, you know, as beautiful as that window is, it's like intricately detailed. You can't see straight through it, right? There's some obstructions. It's more about the picture rather than it is that it paints on that window versus the way you can see clearly through something. So there's a lot of questions. I feel like this energy, Libra, is being mirrored too with this. So the Fool, the 7 of Wands, give me one more card. The defenses here, and the Devil. Obsession, toxicity. Spirit saying pleading their case as well, materialistic ideas. I said something here not being known, right? The High Priestess, the 8 of Swords. When I see those two together, that is, what do I want to call this? What's the words? Came in and it went out. These two together is not coming from what I'm going to call higher intelligence. This is worry, feeling the need to bind somebody. I don't know if you're dealing with people who deal with black magic or whatnot. Like, take it for what it is. People like to think they have control and can put that control on you, but they only have the control that you give them, right? So keep that in mind. But this is like, to me, this Fool with the Seven of Wands is like somebody is, again, just not giving people or a person the window of opportunity to allow them into their life somehow. The Devil is like, what are they doing? Where are they at? Who are they with? Just, again, this ruminating, obsessive, compulsive, want to know, need to know, oh my God, right? And then the Eight of Swords and the High Priestess too is like the person who doesn't know, being left in the dark. It's causing some kind of turmoil here for not knowing, right? Needing to know more. So this Devil card, Spirit, the Ace of Wands. You know, it reminds me of very significant gameplay here, Libra. Like, when I look at that Ace of Wands and the Devil is like, I want to make a move. I want to do X, Y, and Z, but I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to do next. So you could be dealing with somebody who's very, very fucking toxic. Like, there's no other way to slice it. And again, like, when you look at the Devil and the Ace of Wands with this person, and then they're showing up as the Queen of Cups, or attempting to show up in this facade of the Queen of Cups, like, well, I need to know because I care, or I'm just concerned, right? It's that sort of energy that they're not concerned. They don't give a flying fuck. They're being nosy. There's something that they feel that they could gain from this particular situation, and I'm going to clarify what it is with this whole thing. What is it that this person wants to know? Or Six of Swords. Somebody's moved on. You know, somebody has moved on and has started some kind of new life. Queen of Swords. There comes that Queen of, you know, it was funny. In that deck, I just seen the Queen of Swords. She was behind the Queen of Cups. And Spirit just told me to make note of that. And here comes, and I was like, I don't feel that is, whether this is you or another person, Libra. Because again, with you guys in these readings, I get a 50-50 mix. I feel like oftentimes with Libra, I have some people coming in to know what Libra is doing. And other times, Libra, I feel like you're trying to find out what someone else is doing. Or it's, you know what I mean? Like, I hope I'm explaining that right. It's like 50% cross-watcher, 50% you. Okay? So I hope that's making sense. But I didn't feel like that's the divide line here. The Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords. Where I would typically want to say, hey, Queen of Swords, Libra, that's you. I feel like Queen of Swords is somebody else who has moved away from a situation. But Libra, this could be you, right? Again, there's that 50-50 split where you have moved on past something. And so someone else is like, oh, well, it's like a manipulation of, I care, and I'm just concerned, and I'm a family friend, and really, the family friend Rosie is super fucking nosy and just wants to know everybody's business so she can spread it. Like, it's that kind of thing. It's that whole kind of thing. So I also feel like whoever the Queen of Swords here is, Libra, you or the other person, they're moving away, right? You are, they are, whatever. They are moving away. This is, they've been waiting on something specific to come in to make that move. And they're just, they've been, you know, again, whether it's you or them, have been kept at a distance from knowing certain situations. And it's like, all you can do is sit and watch, or all they can do is sit and watch, right? As these new opportunities present themselves. What does this, why? Like, I want to know why this person is Knight of Wands. What is the purpose? Two of Pentacles. They're gauging a result. Nine of Swords. Okay, best way to put this, Libra. Whoever this is that's sitting in this Seven of Cups, again, you or the other person, and pardon my lion mane today, it's wild. They're gauging what their next moves are based upon whatever you're doing, or you're doing this based upon whatever someone else is doing, right? Because it's like, I don't know what direction to go. This is something that has been attempted at, worked on, and there's no results. There's nothing that's changing. So I'm going to say this to you. Think about when you've tried to do something and you just, no matter what you do, it just doesn't work. It's like dating a person for 5 years and things go well for a while and then they go back to shit. They go well for a while, they go back to shit. Like, how many times do you continue to do that same thing and still end up in the same place. Like, if you're not making headway, what is the sole intent and purpose for even doing it at all at this point? If you're not getting where you need to be, it's Spirit's way of saying change directions, right? Like, this is not for you. You know, rejection is God's protection. We're trying to show you a different way. Why do you keep going back to what's the next best bright idea? Because it's like, as much as the Eight of Wands is a card of communication and movement, that hangman behind it is going, everything is stalled out. Like, I haven't heard back from, I don't know what's going on. Just a whole lot of unknown territory. And again, going back to that Scorpio investigate card, there's a whole lot of nothing that's being had, seen, addressed. And I feel like that's why somebody doesn't know what to do. And move on. If this is you, or if I'm talking to the cross watcher, move on. Let it go. It's time to move past this phase. This phase is done. This is going to be something that clever communication around a situation is not going to cut it. It's almost like a battle of the minds altogether. And I'm going to say, like, the mental energy, as much as we are moving into air and fire energy, and out of that water and earth, this is about everybody coming together. And when you think about how we come together in love, compassion, compromise, all of those things, it comes from a heartfelt space. So that water energy is still very much involved here. And when you look at Pisces, right? Pisces is a water sign. That's the North Node for the next 18 months. So still, we have water and earth playing a massive role in Virgo and Pisces. Not everything can be mental. Not everything can be a mental jargon or a mental, it's like a mental competition, right? It's like, you know, what do they call those, like math, it's like a spelling bee. I can't think of the right word for the math thing, like a spelling bee. Who's going to outspell the other one? Who's going to remember those words? Who's going to articulate those sounds? It's a competition. And it's a competition that's not serving anybody. I think somebody is kind of checked out on it. They're like, I don't really give a fuck anymore. The other person is very, I need to know more. I need to know so I can strategize the next move or the plan or the whatever this might be. So be aware, right? Be aware. All right, this nurture card, what is this about, Spirit, for Libra in January? That P.S. I just said about competition and strife. There it is. There's the Five of Wands popping out on the bottom. I've got the Three of Wands, which I showed you, I think, right there on the bottom of the second tarot deck that I was using. The Three of Wands just flew out of this other one and landed on that Devil and the Ace of Wands. Spirit going, back the fuck off. I meant what I said. So whatever this is, whether this is you or this other person, it's back off. The Three of Wands is a waiting game, right? It's a waiting period. And with that Seven of Wands, there's a defensive, this is my space. It's like I've told my kiddo many, many times since she was itty bitty, put your arm straight out. Where your palm ends is your personal space. Nobody gets the right to come into your personal space unless you invite them. Somebody has extended their arm in a particular situation, I'm going to say on an energetic level, and said, this is my space, this is none of your business, back off. And still somebody is continuing to push, and it's like, again, the idea of how it's been done has not worked. So why do we keep repeating it? Okay, so let's try this again. This nurture card, what is this about for Libra? Nine of Swords, that's the second time I've seen the Nine of Swords. Knight of Swords. I told you, all this mental back and forth. I don't even feel like it's back and forth. This is aimed in a particular direction here, Libra, with this. It's like, I'm going to warrior myself through this. I'm going to, every time that I feel like I'm not making headway, I'm just going to come at this harder and heavier and more aggressive. The funny thing, you know, I paid attention to the word clever earlier. The Page of Swords is on the bottom with the Five of Wands. There it is. And the particular first card, or the first word on this card, is clever. So this is just mental fuckery across the board. This hope and inspiration is like Spirit is saying anything that is not making headway. This is Aquarius energy. In Aquarius time, this is going to straighten up and act right, is what I'm going to say. It's asking you to find, or crosswatcher, it's asking you to find another way. You can't walk into whatever the situation is with an idea that if I mentally beat up a situation, if I mentally wear them down, I'm going to make progress. There's no progress here to be had in arguing about everything. So you're dealing with somebody who wants to argue everything under the sun. You, or crosswatchers, showing up in this healing energy, and I don't even think that it's so much about either of you showing up in a healing energy as much as it is the divine going, we are going to put the fire out. We are going to settle the score once and for all. We are going to implement this change because the change has been offered multiple ways, and this is going to diffuse some sort of situation. I will also say this diffusing of a situation could come from some outside third party kind of thing. What else about this? 10 of Cups. Like I just said, somebody else, there you go, the Emperor, authoritative, someone taking position of this, we cannot live and fight anymore. We're not fighting, we're not doing these things. Someone's trying to pull in the star so that everybody can be happy, and then here you go, the 7 of Cups popping up again. Somebody very much wanting to fight and cause confusion. Somebody else going, I just want to lean into my 10 of Cups. I want to heal this. And I do feel like there's a common denominator in a party. We got the High Priestess here that says there will be a judgment call. Look at this. A judgment called made. There will be no breadcrumbing. There will be no, like, the haves and haves nots. Like, everybody is on a level playing field. So, you know, I don't know what you're dealing with, Libra, specifically. Again, I think it's going to be different for all of you. What card is, I thought I seen a card in the upright here. Hold on. And I'm pretty sure what I just saw was the 4 of Wands. Show you what I'm looking at here. There's one, and there it is. It's the 4 of Wands. Individuality. Familial bliss. Very much could very well be a familial situation. Marriage, stability, peace. Needing to settle down, change directions. The Strength card coming out sideways, another 8. So 8s are heavy for your read. You know, this is the stability factor. There's somebody here in this situation, Libra, who Spirit is saying may appear to be very stable, and they're just not. They're not nearly as stable as they're projecting to be. So this settle, it's like things do need to, I'm going to say, settle down literally, so that the work forward can continue on. And I think you're dealing with somebody, or again, Libra, this could be you, who is working on development and growth. And here's the thing, because I keep getting this feeling of this pertains to a past 19, the Sun, Page of Swords. There will be another start here, a fresh start where justice prevails. A judgment call is being made. The 8 of Pentacles is also about that 8 being a judgment, and we've seen the judgment card show up at the bottom of the deck. This probably pertains to a child. In the Sun card, we've got that beautiful little child, that young innocent soul on there, and even the Page of Swords, which you could be dealing with another Libra, a Gemini, or an Aquarius, because those signs predominantly here with these are these swords. It's like things are very mixed up. Things are kind of all over the place here, Libra, and someone is going to have to speak or say something on their own behalf here. You could be dealing with children. Somebody, you know, you think about the duality of like Gemini. They change directions pretty quickly. A little fickle, right? And no offense to Geminis if you're watching. I've got a Gemini moon. I get it completely. But we have those moments, right? Call it for what it is. However, there's going to have to be a sound decision made. And I think that somebody here is going to have to make that sound decision. And I don't know that it's going to be at your authoritative power or another person's necessarily. 9 of Wands. I'm saying the end of conflict. This is a year of 9, Libra. Lots of cycles are closing out. I really want to tell you that if, and per spirit, and there's the Justice card, there you are, the Emperor. I'm telling you, somebody is coming in with ironclad justice. Like, it's knocking out the toxicity of the devil energy combined between these two cards. And you've got the 14. So Temperance, Sagittarius energy. Something could have happened around Sagittarius season. Aries season could be very important. And Libra season was just the tip of the iceberg. So I don't know what that means for you. But with this 9, like, things are coming to an end. And I do feel like that whatever it is that you're involved in, this is the last go around. In 8 years, you'll see the results of what has transpired. And that's a big, I got the chills. For 8 years of your life, you might spend wondering what happened to so-and-so. Like, there may be some questions around some things, but something about the next 8 years, you get to decide what life looks like. And is it to continue to fight in this conflictual energy with something or somebody, or is it to walk away and just make a sound and just decision? And I'm going to tell you, for some of you with this Justice card on repeat as it's been, this could pertain to legal matters. Spirit saying, and this could be both metaphorically and actually reality facing statement. Somebody is facing, what was the word they just gave me? For lack of a better word, punishment, rectification of their actions for the next 8 years. This could be cutting ties, the need to cut ties with family. I do feel like this is pretty personal, Libra, whatever that means for you. It does feel very personal to me. But this is going to account towards the next 8 years of life somehow. And that sounds like a really long time, right? But the 8 is also what goes around comes around. If you lie, you cheat, you steal, guess what? Eventually it catches up to you. If you're honest and integral, the reward of that is bound, right? So it always comes back around. Who has lived authentically in the midst of whatever the situation has been? So, and I'm going to say, it doesn't have to be one extreme or the other. Maybe you've had moments of both. But it's also going to be about whom or whatever chooses, makes the free will choice to take accountability for their part in a particular situation and says, hey, like, I could have done better, but this was where I was, and this is why I was there. Somebody's going to lean into that. Somebody else is not. The Death card. There's Scorpio. Come out a little funky, not going to lie. And Libra, this could be you. You've got a... Oh, fuck. Libra. Oh, this is a masculine. I wasn't expecting that. Masculine energy of Taurus, and then you, Libra. Libra, you show up for me as the King of Wands. I see the Queen of Wands personally as Gemini and Aquarius. There we go. Sometimes the King of Swords for me is interchangeable between Aquarius and Libra. Just me as a reader. Everybody's got their own take on it. When I'm looking at this King of Pentacles and King of Swords, there's a dynamic between two particular parties. Masculine energies, could be male, female, right? Doesn't matter. But they're both standing in their masculine accounting. It has led to nothing but heartbreak and pain. And again, somebody here, more Scorpio energy, so death, rebirth, right? This is coming to a close. When we talk about Pluto and Aquarius, it's a close, right? It's revolutionary. This is coming to a close. 13 came out a little sideways. It was a little weird, a little wonky how it came out. So to me, this is kind of like an unexpected sort of ending. I get it. I feel with the Death card of an unexpected ending. And we talk about that Cancer full moon. It's an unpredictability. And I've seen that in the majority of these reads. There has been levels of unpredictability. And I think that the funny thing is, too, is what I'm hearing, too, the Magician and the Lovers and the Ten of Swords. Somebody here has changed so much. The Magician is right there, able to manipulate energy for good or bad, right? I'm getting a couple messages from this. that they have changed so much with that death card that where they would typically, I don't know, we'll just, very plain example, showed up aggressive, maybe they're showing up loving, okay, or vice versa. But they have changed so much of who they've been in the past that in the process of some healing or making better choices, they have manifested a way out of a situation that's like they knew was not serving of them, it was not beneficial of them. Now they've got options at hand. And I'm going to say these are different options than that Seven of Cups I've seen. These options to me are how to live life for the better. The Seven of Cups is what causes confusion. There's a difference. Seven Cups, that's lots of things. The Lovers, which is a choice between two, the duality of the light and the dark, they've made a choice into the light. Okay, so again, this could be you, could be somebody else. I don't want you to think that I'm attacking you, Libra, so just so you know. But their defenses have not been, like I said about the black magic thing earlier, they've not done anything in ill will. It's like you could be dealing with somebody who's a bit darker in nature by the way that they act, behave, view things. This is somebody who has made decisions based upon the best interest of everybody, not just themselves. They weren't being selfish. Behind those is the Ten of Swords. So again, double energy of Gemini here that says whatever has been so difficult in the past, backstabbing, lying, manipulating, cheating, manifesting their way out of this very difficult situation. The second message that I got from this is with that Ten of Swords is, it's weird. Like I'm seeing this magician with his wand in hand, or his candle in hand, whatever, baton, whatever. I think it's a candle or something. Kind of reminds me of selenite, the double-ended selenite sticks, as a way to impede in between the lovers, the two. I can't show that card because it's inappropriate, right? But the way it was positioned here is I'm seeing that wand is trying to create a divide. Now I'm seeing that again in two formats. One, trying to create a rift between two people. Two, spirit coming in and going, you're going your way and you're going yours. We're done here. Like this whole thing, this keep reverting back to the same shit, different day, hurt, pain, wounds, blah, 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 blah. We're done. It's like the universe inserting itself to create this split. It's like, you ever watch one of those investigation shows and they've got a picture of the husband and the wife with the family thing going on, and they're like, and then, Sarah, she just, they thought it was love and it was great and it was all these things, and then they show the picture like ripped in half. Or how many of us have been in relationships and we've, chopped the heads off of the people in the picture of our past partners, or we've ripped them out and it's all shredded, in the center, because it wasn't a clean cut or a clean break. Like, same thing here. It's like spirit is going, we're done. You're going here, you're going there. There's a final call to order here, Libra. Which side of that call are you on? Hopefully you're on the better side of it, right? Like, making that final judgment call. All right, advice for Libra. Very intense read. Very intense read. Advice. It just, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The coffin card came out on top of that death card. Literally fell on the death card. And I said to you, the death card came out kind of weird, kind of sideways. So I laid it sideways. Look at how that coffin card fell out right on top of it. Same thing. Something, just the same way, in spirit saying something as it was coming out of my mouth. Something is going through this transition. Look, I told you, somebody has worked to end this. It comes in an unexpected way that it's like, Libra, I could just simply say, expect the unexpected, right? But this is a manifestation that creates healing for everybody involved. Like, Spirit just said the good guys win. I'm all for it, man. The underdog takes the show, right? Like, the one who was always beaten upon and told about and manipulated. Someone here, old school in the snake, someone's been, again, very stuck in a vicious cycle that is, Spirit is calling for that person with those mind games. It's been entertaining. That's pretty fucked up. When you enjoy toying with another person because the mind games are entertaining to you. You know, I'm no doctor, can't diagnose, blah, 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 blah. But that person needs serious fucking help. If that's where you are in life, if that's how you get your rocks off at the end of the day, is to mess with other people's lives, you need serious professional help. For real. So, yeah, I'm going to call it for what it is. Sorry, not sorry. Libra, I don't know who you're dealing with. I don't know what's going on here. But the truth remains to be seen. It is coming. Epiphanies, shock, ways in which you did not expect it. And Spirit said the Tower did not come out. The shock card came out because, again, we would expect with this read, right, to see the Tower expected in unexpected ways. Spirit saying life has a way of changing things. Hold on. Life has a way of changing things. In something, and I lost it already. Jeez, it came in so fast with that. Libra, I see, you know, I don't know, that might be a sensitive subject. Let's just say you've been praying for a new car. This is an example. Wanted a new car, you've needed a new car, you didn't want to go spend the money on the new car, 4141 on the clock, 55 change. And a tree branch falls on your car. You're like, I want to see if I can get $250,000 out of my old gal. And a tree branch falls on it and you're forced to buy a new car, whether you want to or not. It's like that. It's an unexpected blessing. And I feel like this divide, this shift, even if it is of things that have what appears to be some significant, I mean, it was a significant period in your life, right? But it was only meant for a reason and a season. And if you let go, the next 8 years, you're going to see why you needed to let go. If this pertains to family things, maybe you'll come back together in 8 years in a different way, different people, different time. That'll make more sense. But for right now, this is not the way. It's not the way to go. Okay? Like, I'm hearing like Brooks and Dunn's, it's not the way to, or how's that go? It's not the way to go, girl, it just ain't right, something like that. Don't you think that I deserve to hear you say goodbye, whatever that means. Somebody here also in the middle of this needs to speak a truth. Sword and Rose. Clarity. The truth. Revelations. The truth just needs to be said, and it needs to be accepted for what it is. Libra, that's a lot. I'm sending you all so much love and light. I hope that this reading was helpful to you. I hope that it does whatever, answers whatever is exactly what you needed to know. Personal reads, again, are open and available. That information is found in the description box below, as well as the About section of the page. Channel memberships are open. Libra, have a fantastic rest of your January. I look forward to, at least if nothing else, getting out the February read for you sooner rather than later. Hopefully, we'll see how things go. Again, take care of yourself. Sending you much love. See you soon.